finish where I left off last night. Now I got some beets pickled, 2 things of beets pickled, and then I'm gonna pickle some peppers. Some of my bocchino peppers. Now I stopped last night because I didn't have a full jar. So I didn't want to have, kind of waste a whole quart on something I don't have. Now, this is just the way I can stuff. I don't do the bath or any of that stuff. So, hope y'all are having a good day. I hear the bocchinos. Chris went out and picked some more bocchinos for me today. These are delicious little peppers. And at first bite, they taste like they're going to be hot and spicy, but they're really just very mild. But they almost taste like a jalapeno without the heat, in my opinion. But kind of hyper. It was very peppery tasting. So I'm going to pick through these, make sure they're all clean, make sure none of them have a blemish. I kind of just roll them around and pick out anything that looks off. You don't want to can anything that's looking not 100% healthy. So if you see any blemishes or anything, cut them off or just discard the item. Now, I learned to can from the Joy of Cooking cookbook, and I'd never canned before. And I went picking, I don't know, cases of apples and plums and beets and stuff, and came home and learned through that book. It's my favorite book. It's really, I have a few other cookbooks that were given to me as gifts, but my personal favorite will always be The Joy of Cooking. See, there's one with a little bit of, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to discard this one. Just because it has a weird little spot on it. See that? So that goes by the wayside. These are great Christmas gifts too. So with their bright red color. These are great on salads, on a charcuterie board, on, I don't know, they'd probably be good with some kind of like in a chimichurri even, to give it a little more different flavor profile. All right. So that's the rest of our bocchinos. I woke up to a bag on the table that says more from Chris. Because he went out and harvested, like I said, more bocchinos, but he also harvested more tomatoes. They're all coming in at a rapid pace now. All right, so I'm gonna wash this. These are the ones I washed last night. And I've already put them in the jar. Here, I'll bring you over here. As far as I can get you. You got a little, I have a little bit more length now. I need a longer power cord is what I need. So I'm gonna wash these. Real quick. I had a busy weekend. This is pretty much all I've done was prep food. I did work on my music trivia. If you've not been to my channel before, if you're not subscribed, I do a live music trivia every Wednesday. We have a good time over there. That's 8 p.m. Eastern time. And I pretty much do all kinds of genres, from country to pop, classic music, show tunes, classical music. Take the lid off of this. I already have my my vinegar stuff. It's already boiling. And I sanitized the jar and the lids yesterday. I covered them. And they have a funnel somewhere. Yeah, I like these little guys. First time I had them was in Puerto Rico last year. And I was smitten. Okay, I'm going to shake them up a little bit so we have some settling. It takes place. Bring you back over here. My kitchen light is still out, so I'm gonna be looking for an electrician tonight. What I do is look for recommendations locally, and then I double check on the Secretary of State website that they're licensed. So, all right, this is just like vinegar, water to taste, and some, I used artificial sweetener. And the only thing with these is they float to the top. I should probably buy some weights. For stuff like this. All right. Wipe the top a little bit. Just add enough. A little bit more. And top that off. And that was almost perfect, actually. It's crazy. All right. I guess I've been doing this long enough to put this back there. It'll probably pop within an hour. So, but yeah, so that's one thing done. Next thing. Oh, I have baked beans. I need to test those. I'm doing a recipe. Now, y'all are just going to have to forgive me if you're a regular subscriber. I filmed that dang thing 3 times. And still messed it up, but I think I corrected it. I'm trying to make baked beans from a recipe. Well, it came from a historic restaurant somebody told me about. And then I saw this baked bean recipe, and it looked too plain to be that good. So let me check my beans. I had them in the crock pot yesterday, but I noticed some of the ones on top were still hard, and they require like 2 more hours in the oven. So we'll see what we get here. Still hard. It needs more time. Now, I don't see how these are going to be flavorful, but stay tuned. Recipe is coming out. I'm kind of documenting what I'm doing every time. Because number one, I didn't have the correct peas. It called for California peas. Now, I could have ordered them, but I saw where you can substitute Great Northern, so that's what I did. So, but I was shocked at how few ingredients went into this classic recipe of this restaurant that's been around forever. So we'll check it out. I'll let you know how that goes. All right, on to tomatoes. Wow, got a lot of tomatoes here, folks. A lot of tomatoes. I'll turn you around and bring you closer. So I'll be working over here. All right. I think I'm going to use my big harvest container. I'm just going to put the ones that are ripe in here because they need to be washed before I freeze them. And this is how I do. These are San Marzano like tomatoes. So I'm going to have a little bit more dirt than the rest. Had leaf, dead leaf on it. And 2. All right. Some of these need a little bit more color on them, I think, before I bag them. So I have these, and then what I'll do is I'm going to go to my table over here and pick out all the unripe ones will go here. All the ripe ones will go over there. So let's see what we have. Ripe. Pretty much all these are pretty ripe. One has a little area. And some of them may have a bad spot in them, and those I just cut out. I cut around them. That one looks pretty good. Wow, you got a lot of tomatoes this morning. Some Some of these round ones I'll go ahead and process too. If they have a bad spot on them. I don't care about top cracks so much, but just if it looks like they had a bug eating on them or something. I want to go ahead and get those processed so they don't rot. Alright. So now we're back over here. Oh, here's one. It has a little spot on it. Ouch. Like this. So I don't mind so much these lines, but if it has something like this, then I want to go ahead and freeze that. I'll cut that nasty part out. Okay. All right, more tomatoes here. What's that? This is what we have to wash and freeze, 2 bags. And then this tray is, they need a little more ripening. You can see some have green, some are kind of like a yellowish, like this one. So this is gonna go, I have a little table in front of my window here, and they ripen up beautifully there. It's okay, that is all of our tomatoes. So it's time to wash. Doing a little batch at a time. I think that's one of these, because all of this is going to the worms. Now yesterday, so I did the beets yesterday. I did pickled, what else did I do yesterday? Just the beets? I don't know. I'm just trying to get through it. Hey, Grandma Teresa, how you doing? Good to see you. Seems like I did a lot. Oh, I worked on the beans, did a video there. Worked on harvesting. Oh, we got all the acorn squash up. Oh my gosh. That was a lot in itself. I was shocked. How many do we have out there? Let me look real quick. 15, 16. Oh, we have 25 or 30 acorn squash out there now. So I'm curing those. They take a little bit of time to cure. All right, let me get on this washing thing. And I have just this one, I have just a few spots. I hate running the water constantly. Let me turn that down. There we go. I should have put my towel down. Let me do that. I put a tea towel down over here, it'll help them dry a little faster. If there's no blemish on them, they go right onto the tea towel to dry. If there's a blemish, I'll cut it off before I take it over there. So I'll show you what I'm doing. If I come across a blemish, like just like that little brown spot, I'll cut that out before I freeze it. I don't cut the tops off the tomatoes because they're going to go through a mill anyway, and the mill should catch the little top part of the tomato, because it'll get all the seeds and the skin. And the mill has been like one of the best investments ever. I used to pass all this through a like a regular sieve, and yeah, I don't do that anymore. The mill works like a charm. And I got a stainless steel one, and it seemed so far to be truly stainless steel. I wanted something that was going to last longer than me. That's why all my pots and pans and colanders and stuff like that they're all stainless steel. It's kind of hard to mess them up. Last tomato from this batch. Alright. I'm just going to keep that same water. It's just really loosening any leaf or debris. And then I finish it by putting it under the water to clean it. Alright. Yeah, this one has a lot of leaf debris in it. I'll just go ahead and take that out. So what's everybody doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. I'm just harvesting and doing food. And then Mondays I usually go back to YouTube stuff, like my trivia, because somebody was asking me, I was telling somebody, it takes me on average about 5 hours to do music trivia every week to write it up. So I do my research on it. Alright. These are a little bit lighter than I thought. So I'm gonna put these, see, I'm gonna put these back in the window. And they'll be ready in like 2 days. Everything over there. And I just wash it and bag it up. Alright. Now this one has a really bad spot on it. Let's see. didn't go all the way up, so that's a surprise. Sometimes when it looks like a caterpillar might have gotten in there, they'll get in there deep up in there. All right. So like I said, I will wash these and I will bag these. I'll put them in a freezer now. And then I will make sauce one stock pot at a time. What's up with that one? When I have more time. Because right now my time's limited between housework, YouTube, and harvest stuff and putting it up. So saves me from having to immediately address doing something with them, like making the sauce. So this is way easier. And since cilantro doesn't grow in the summer, it's good to freeze your tomatoes because you can make salsa once your cilantro starts coming up. I should probably make some salsa this year. Especially since I freeze these whole, I'll be able to make a chunky salsa if I'd like. I've frozen jalapenos before. They do fine. I should have a bunch of jalapenos coming in a little bit later. As soon as I'm done with this batch, I'll check out the chat before going on to the next one. All right. Always keep around your sink dry. If you get any splatter, it'll keep your sink lasting longer. Hello, hello. Thumbs up are appreciated, y'all. Hello, Krar. Good to see you. All right. Next bag. Now this tomato, I am going to take the center out and around. See, I had a really nasty spot on it. But once I cut it open, it looks fine. Just cut around it. So it's still good for sauce. Again, I'll cut this top off. I don't have to. Again, the mill will catch it. So I'm cleaning my tomatoes and just cutting out any bad spots. These are sauce tomatoes for the most part. I have a few regular tomatoes that just need to be processed because they have a little damage on them. They won't last long. I just want to get these going so that I can move on to other things. Because they can dry while I'm messing with peppers over there. That isn't bad. I only had like 2 tomatoes that were totally trashed. So for an organic garden, that's pretty good. It's 100% organic. If there are bugs, I don't even worry about it. They're either bugs or there aren't bugs. So... But yeah, I don't spray with dish detergent or 7 Dust, or I don't use the diatomaceous or something's hungry, they get to eat. Hey Chris, when you're about an hour from wanting to eat, if you'll start the grill up. Alright, that's it. All right, washing dishes. I know some people say they love watching people wash dishes. It's cool. It's probably because in our childhood we ate well at the dinner table and then fell asleep with mom washing dishes back in the day. All right, so show you our haul of tomatoes for freezing to make sauce later. There you go. This is what I ended up with. And I'll be freezing all of these to make sauce. So this, hey, I am someone. Good to see you. How are you doing? So yeah, tomatoes. I'm I see a spot in this one I'm not too sure of. All right, there we go. All right, so that is done. Those will dry and then I can bag them for later. So now, I need to put this back on for we've got the beans on. All right, I haven't heard the peppers pop yet. So this is what we have with the peppers. We just canned those. But it was a quick can. Oh yeah, we've got these cucumbers and yellow squash. I'm not doing anything with these tonight, I don't think. We have so much between, I have regular beets. So I cooked all the harvested beets last night, and I either pickled them, I froze them, and I reserved enough for dinner tonight. What else do I need to do? Oh, Chris broke out the giant jar of pickles that I did in my German crock over here. I'll show you that crock. So this crock, this big German crock. So there's my hand. It's pretty large. But I did one batch of pickles from the garden. I did a garlic dill batch of pickles. So now I need to come over here. I guess I can soak the green beans. There's some definitely that need to be taken out of here. Well, a lot of these are just not good, actually. These are terrible. They got dried out. So the beans can go to the go to the ones. Let me show you what I'm doing over here. We're getting twisted. We're getting twisted. For dinner, I'm making beef ribs. I'm making beets to go with that. Beef ribs on the grill. I'm making beets. Well, I already roasted beets yesterday. So I'm doing that. And I don't know, maybe cucumber salad. But these beans, it just got too hot. We ended up in, you try to not run the sprinkler too much. But this is okay, the worms will get some food. Same with these shishitos. They're past their prime. Oops. Alright. Oh, shite. Alright. So yeah, here's the note that Chris left me today. It said, more. It just doesn't stop coming. So the worms are going to eat really well between the tomatoes and beans. You want to do the wormies now? I'll just leave it here. I guess these can go back in the... We should have separate bags just for harvest stuff. Harvest bags. Because they get dirty. Oh. Thanks for picking that up, Chris. Where to begin? These little bikinos can go. Oh, some of these tomatoes are sticky. Oh yeah, that's why.
All right. Got my goodies for the worm here.
Picking through some less attractive vegetables here. I'm at least cleaning the chocolate sprinkles tomatoes. I'll show you what they look like in a moment. One almost went overboard. So I guess we'll be having chocolate sprinkles tomatoes for dinner tonight. That's one of our items. This is what they look like. They kind of look green, like they're not quite ripe, but they're ripe. That's the ripest they get. Just made ribs in the oven with homemade barbecue. That sounds delicious. I found beef ribs were cheap. The way I do my beef ribs is I boil them first. Get them good and tender. That way they don't end up burning on the grill. Trying to get cooked done. So my dad would always burn the ribs, the beef ribs like that. And then I made him one time. He's like, how do you get them to not burn? And he said he never boiled them because he was afraid he'd lose too much flavor, but I can guarantee you don't. They're so fatty still, even after you boil them. And I boil them in seasoning, so that allows it to get a little more flavorful too. All right. I'm gonna move you. Okay, I'm gonna need a bowl, my cutting board. And something for the peppers. I don't want to put the peppers in. I guess I'll put them in this bowl when they're done. Alright, let me go to the ladies' room before I sit down and start this next task. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm gonna move the, I don't know, do I need the light over here though? I don't think so. Just need the light in the kitchen. I'm done in the kitchen. Oh, wait, no, I gotta clean the, shoot. I have to clean the peppers. What am I thinking? Okay, so maybe we'll end up having cucumber after all, because I have all these tomatoes to do. All right. Did they have much food in there, Chris?
Oh yeah,
They still have watermelon to eat?
they certainly have the cucumbers to eat.
Oh.
I think the watermelon's long gone, but the
Okay, so they have been eating them.
oh yeah,
That's
they're
good.
good. I think they're very wriggling. So
That's good. I think I'll start with these bigger peppers first. The biggest, the baddest. There's some of these not so much. Again, I can cut the bad spots out of these big peppers. Wow, 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 wow. Now, I guess I could even hang some of these peppers, but I've not done that before. I've not done it with peppers of this size. I've done it in my lifetime with smaller peppers. So, let's see what we got here. There you go. See, mostly crisp, probably. There we go. All right. Let's see how this goes. Oh. Turn it down some. All right. I can't really have so many tomatoes. Do you? I gotta move this up. I can't see. Do you share with your neighbors or do you keep them all for yourself, Grandma? I do share with my neighbors. Hey, doctor, how are you doing? Oh, I'm so excited for you. I can't believe how well things are going. That's awesome. I always say, like, if something is difficult and it's like trying to put a square peg in a round hole, you should probably back off. You know? Should probably back off. That was disgusting. All right. Let me wash some of these peppers so I can get to clean them. I'll be back in just a minute. I'm just washing some peppers. I appreciate any thumbs up. All right, I got my first batch of peppers to clean. I know. I can't wait for you to come back either. I can't wait to visit you. What are you going to stock in that pond, or is it already stocked? Oh, that's gonna be fun. You'll never have to leave the house. All right, I just have to remember what I'm using for what. All right. I need paper towel too. Next time I get up. So what I've learned cleaning these peppers is that usually if you just shake it, you can cut the pepper stem out, and then anything that's left in there, if you have to. I try and cut the white part out, you know, the little ribs inside, just because your stuff tends to get bitter if you leave it there. But I've also learned that I need another container of some kind. So I've got that other washing over there. See, that one had a bad end, so I just cut them off and keep going. Because these taste amazing. Now, apparently there's supposed to be a peppercorn. But I don't have one. So what I'm doing, I'm just cleaning these and getting them ready, because what I'm going to do is roast them. And then when they come out of the oven roasted, I stick them in a Ziploc bag, and it kind of steams them. And then that makes it easier to get the skin off of them. So then all you're left with is a beautiful pepper meat without any skin. So, yeah, if you knock your peppers on the side of your bowl, you'll get most of them out that way, unless they're attached to the rib. Yeah. All right, I need to get my other bowl. Or a bowl. I guess I'll get a bowl to put them in. Or better yet, I'll just put them right on the baking sheet. That's what I'll do. And when I make these, I don't put any olive oil or anything on them. Just roast them at like 400-ish. Oh, where are all my cookie sheets? There's one. There's another dirty thing. Huh. Well. Boiled again. Alright. I guess I'll have to stop what I'm doing so I can access a sorry, I'm turning you around here. So I can access my cookie sheet, I guess, because I have one here. I need to, that's what I need to do. Hold on. Hold on a minute. That's my problem. I'm using cookie sheets for this is better anyway because it's lighter. It'll reflect the sun and help ripen these faster. These still get washed before. There we go. Now I have my pan back. Yay. I have 3 of these, but I guess one's dirty. One's being used for the tomatoes right now. And now I've reclaimed this one. Wash this table off real quick. And we're back. Back in the saddle. We're going to put those straight on the baking sheet. And I have the oven on it anyway. In the same heat. So might as well make use of it. But yeah, I tried this baked bean recipe. Just wait till it comes out. It was crazy. So I'm looking for a new device for filming. I don't really like the one I have. Sometimes, you know, I'll film driving videos, you know, going from town to town on my road trips. And I'd be driving and then all of a sudden I'd realize, oh, the camera went off. I never got it, but the other night I was out trying to film some of the meteors and my camera would just shut off. It'd be like, oh, your video has reached its taping limits. I'm like, what? It's a pixel. I don't get that. So anyway, but now I know why I was having problems with my camera just turning off. So yeah, I'm looking for something. Either another phone, which I prefer because it's inconspicuous. So people don't notice you filming as much. Whereas if I get a GoPro or a DJI, then I gotta like buy new purses because all my purses only fit a phone in my wallet pretty much. I don't know what to do. So one good thing I found out is if, cause I had something flash up about satellite service available through my carrier, and then when I looked at it, you have to pay $10 a month, but then when I looked further, It said that WhatsApp has satellite capabilities if you're out of network. So, hey, for emergency services. So that's pretty much all I need. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Got a few more of these. Now I'll check the chat. I just can't believe how many peppers we have to process. Susanna Banana asked me if I was working today. I was like, I work every day. Are you kidding? There'd be YouTube, around the house. The house keeps me busy. And now the garden on top of that. But 'tis the season. I'm looking forward to some cooler weather. We're really spoiled. We live in a world where we have alternatives to being out in the heat, which is nice. I mean, I grew up without air conditioning until I was about 15 in Florida. So I have lots of gratitude for air conditioner, controlled air and heating. So I wish I knew. I know Dead Q is drying some of her peppers out, but I'm not sure which ones. But she also has a dehydrator, but she said she didn't feel like messing with the dehydrator. Now, I thought about buying a dehydrator. Because then I could dehydrate some of these and roast some of these, and I'd have a variety. But I like these big ones especially, or the small ones. Oh my gosh, they are so sweet. It's almost like, it's like sugar. And they're not that hard to roast and peel the skin off. And this is what I did. I grabbed everything and just sat down here where I was comfortable and took the skin off all the peppers once they were roasted. It really took me no time. Now the problem I made was I was like, oh, well, they come in olive oil and salt from the store. I'll just do that. But then when I looked, they're like, no, you really have to can them. Or the alternative was to lay them out on a freezer, on a cookie sheet and freeze them on parchment in strips and then use them as you needed. And that's what I'm going to do next. So, sounds like a good plan to do, because I don't want to waste at all. Are you back from vacation? Which one? It's paid and membership. Hey, Brook Trout. Then yard work, unloading, tax dirt, and couple of trees. Good to see you. Don't break your back. YouTube changed me to Patreon. Oh, okay. Oh, good. Saw you open a can of off. Oh, Brooke. Okay. You're talking to Brooke because so should I dry these? Like, should I hang these and dry these? And then I have a grinder. What should I do, Lulu? Have you ever messed with any of these? Tell me. Tell me. Because I know Q makes this seasoning pepper with her pepper. She'll do a pepper, shishitos, shepherd's pepper, blah, 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 you know, banana peppers, whatever. And she'll dehydrate them all and make a, and just make like a seasoning that she puts on everything. She'll put on green beans, she'll put on fish, she'll put it on all kinds of stuff. Wish I had 2 baking sheets. I mean, I'll probably freeze those tomatoes next, just so I can have that baking sheet and get more of these done at a time. Kind of putting the stuff I'm not using over here, but beating the peppers over here in this deeper bowl. It's like I said, it gets most of the seeds out unless they're attached to the rib. It's easier than picking the seeds out of dried chilies, though. That's for sure. Well, Brooke Trout, you did some videos while you're gone, but I kind of missed you. I'm glad you had some good times too. That lake is beautiful. The view is gorgeous. See, now I wish I probably could. Ow! Probably could if I take my whole finger off. Here we go. That's a little better. All right. Seeing all the seeds pretty much just pop right out. They stick to my hand though. That's what drives me nuts. All right, so I'm going to try and invert this pepper. Ooh, that works way better. I get a whole big one, instead of having to cut the other one. So, Lulu, what's crazy is I went looking for your the video and I didn't find anything again. I don't know. Oh, there's another tomato. They're so sneaky. It's a bad tomato. Bad tomato. Bad tomato. Now I'm going to overstuff this cookie sheet because once these peppers start going, they shrink. They're like Shrinky Dinks. Does anyone remember Shrinky Dinks? They're back, actually. Shrinky Dinks are back. I loved them. I only got to do them once. My grandmother got them for me. I was mesmerized. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to do these this way, even if I have to pop it to invert it. Yeah, a big old pepper. Looks like I can fit another, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe not, I'll just wait. I'm gonna get this tray in. Tray of peppers. All right. And I can check this. Beans. Beans. All right. Now these beans need to go in uncovered. Alright, peppers are in. Alright. First round of peppers are in. I'm going to bring it over here. Let's see if you can see anything. Back over here. Alright. So those peppers are in. These we'll probably eat for dinner. These I have, it's kind of soaking. I need to refill my little thing. I think we'll have enough for 2 bags here. Pardon me. Alright. Got my little ducky working for me. I feel lost when I don't have my hands-free soap dispenser in my kitchen. I don't like it so much. Alright, so I'm just bagging these up to freeze, and I'll make sauce later. I already have 2.5 bags in the freezer, I believe, for this season. And we're just starting, so. It's gonna be a good year for sauce, I do believe. I push down on them because they're gonna get down to nothing anyway. Well, looks like we almost got them all into one bag. So let me go get the half bag out of the back freezer. I may have to cook sauce before I leave, which I really didn't want to do. But I think I'm going to have to just make room for more tomatoes down the road. Wow. Tomato sickles. All right. Put this back in the freezer. Wow. All right, I'm gonna get another one of these going. And wash some more peppers off. Now, a lot of times what I'll do with if I have a lot of yellow squash is I'll go ahead and make a casserole out of it and freeze it. I just found letting your vegetables soak in water just helps you clean them off a little bit. All my stuff's organic, but you know, it gets dust, dirt. I had a lot of manure in my soil, so. But a lot of times what I'm wiping off is just leaf debris where it just touched up against a leaf or cucumber vine died on it or something. And in the long run, I think it helps conserve water because you do the pre-soak. See, it's hard to see in there, but I do get some stuff here and there and there. Stuff here and there and there. Wow. All right. So wipe down. Hey, brook trout. You need to do a video on like the top 5 things that homeowners do wrong to mess up their plumbing or something like that. The algorithm likes top 5, top 10 stuff. People like it. They feel like they're getting more bang for their buck, I guess. Hello. I love the sound of running water. I know, right? I do too, but now it tends to make me go run to the bathroom too. How to not have fun? Yeah. How can you not have fun up there? It's just gorgeous. What a beautiful place to work. Just tip of your potato peeler to scrape the seeds out. It's easier. Oh. Ah. Yeah, I got that it's you. Make cowboy candy with the jalapenos? I would love to. I would love to. Here's my scraper. This one. But I will say, I was telling Chris the other day, I got a new, here's my new peeler. I got a new peeler. This one. I think this is a OXO brand. This thing I love. This peeled my hard winter squash, the curry squash. It peeled right through it. Like, it makes short work of everything. It's pretty amazing. I look so pretty. Get out of here. You're trying to fool. No makeup. I mean, I have been sleeping like 12-hour days. So what do you think, Lulu? Should I string some of these and dry them out? And then grind them into powder for seasoning? If I find some that are totally perfect, I might do that with. This one's not a good one. These are shishitos. That one doesn't look good. This one doesn't look good. I'll pick through these, but my piles are good. I don't feel so overwhelmed. Oh, my hickory nuts. I don't know if you saw. Now, I think it takes some weeks for these hickory nuts to cure. But I ended up with 5 hickory nuts off my bush this year. Woohoo! Chris's mom was like, I've never seen hickory nuts. Anyone grow hickory nuts before. I mean hazelnuts, hickory nuts. What am I talking about? Hazelnuts. Oh, do you have so many? I know. That's what I'm thinking. Like if I stick with roasting the biggest ones and then drying the smallest ones that are in really good shape, I think that would be a better thing to do. So let's see. Now I may buy that pepper core thing. It was something that you'd be able to buy. And it just cores your whole pepper. And it almost looks like, oh, I just saw a tool that was just like that. Oh, that new Muslim woman that's doing all the shorts, that she's from Detroit, like Dearborn area. She's a caterer. She showed this core they use to make one of their dishes, their Lebanese dishes. But yeah. And it worked like a charm. They were coring, we're using it to core zucchini to stuff it. And she had an electric one too. But the manual one almost looked a lot like the same one for peppers. See, some of these booties. Some of the booties have problems. Dang it. It took me a while to realize who you were, Lulu, for sure. Then I went back and looked at what Brook Trout had said. Because I was like, where do I know that name from? Where do I know the name from? That's funny. No, this one looks beautiful. It's so dark and rich. Oh, yeah. I'd love to have one big one of these. Now, at first I thought, wow, these are really thin walled. These are going to be hard to peel the skin off of once it's roasted, but no, they were really easy. I was shocked at how easy it was. All right. See if I can invert this one. It'll tear. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Take a small pepper and make it big. So nothing like taking a sad song and making it better. But, all right. I like doing the super big ones like that. Just keeping them large. Large and in charge. So I use a big bowl to beat them just because it doesn't fling them everywhere. Again, I get more on my hands than pepper. Oh, the other night when I had the peppers going though, the house was so fragrant. It smelled so good. All right, down the middle. Invert. Oh, beautiful. Look how red that is. This is gorgeous. So I've never done these before. My first time was last week. And I just really loved them. I didn't think I'd love them as much as I did. I've had them out of the jar. In fact, when this cyclospora whatever first started, Suzanne and I wanted a sub, but we were afraid to eat anything with lettuce and tomato, but we wanted vegetables. So that's what I did. I went and got quartered artichokes and some jarred peppers. We had pickles. So we got our vegetables in on our sub, but just not traditional stuff. And it was delicious. I'm just shocked at how much This cyclospora thing is out of control. It seems to be in everything. It's like every day I wake up, there's something else causing salmonella or cyclospora, or it's crazy. I had another bad spot there. All right. Lily, this thing like throws seeds everywhere though. It's good if you're coring it. Maybe you're trying to use it to get the seeds off after. Forget about it. Forget about it. I watched your Samba. Oh, Sanibel Island. Hey, Angela. How's your weekend going? How's your weekend going? We do give quite a bit to our neighbors, though. I mean, that's kind of always been my goal. I'd love to be able to grow enough to give to the food bank, too. Who knows? One day. One day. I know, I'm just really shocked at what all we have. It'll be interesting to see how far it gets us there too. Because I did a chat GPT on what we needed to grow for, you know, a family of 2. And some of the stuff, I don't know. Maybe it depends on if you have indeterminate or determinate tomatoes. But when I saw 5 tomato plants for 2 people, a lot of what I cook is tomato based. You know? Sorry, who knows, I'm driving nuts with the timer going off. Simple Happy Life would always get on to me about it. Alright, timer off. I don't know about these baked beans. I'm just saying. Is that Susanna Banana? Because I'm not using it right, you're going to have to teach me how to use it. Do a short. This is not good. One time when I was living with my former roommate, right, we had gardening in common, so he planted a bunch of stuff. He was like, I got it. You know, he did the whole garden, planted everything. He's like, I'll just need your help, like, putting everything up. A man planted, I don't know how many habanero plants. And then he was, he would have sworn he was a World War II Depression baby. Oh no, we got a fly in here, Chris. You let a fly in.
Oh, I let a fly in?
Yeah, because you're the only one that's been in and out, pretty much. Can you come get it? Poor Chris. But so anyway, I don't know. I think we had 20 habanero plants, and they were so prolific. And I was just in awe. I think it went around there somewhere. I was just in awe that he had had so many habanero plants. And then it came time to harvest. And he's harvesting the plant. He's bringing me in habaneros like crazy. And I'm like, I either made a tomato or I also made a peach mango salsa with them. I'll let you know if I see it again. But so one day he comes home. I've been making the habanero stuff. He comes home and he was busy, so I guess he hadn't tasted any of my stuff, or he didn't know how much I was putting in. And he came home, made a sandwich, and he's running down the stairs taking a big bite of it, and he's like, oh yeah, man, I just cut up one of those habaneros and put it in there. And I'm like, you're crazy. You shouldn't have put that on your sandwich. You're going to pay for that. Like 5 minutes later, I guess he had scratched his face, and he's like, oh my God, my face is burning. What the heck is going on here? And then he realized, you know, his sandwich, he'd finally eaten a spot that had one of the habaneros in it. Oh my gosh, he about died. Needless to say, I don't think he's planted habaneros since. I do have a bunch of jalapenos out there coming on. So I'll be harvesting those later. Which I was saying, yeah, I'll probably make some salsa later in the year once I can plant cilantro. Because it just doesn't grow down here this time of year. It's too hot. Too hot. All right. And what I didn't like about the smaller peppers before was they were small. But if I'm going to do them like this, I just cut them down one side and then invert them. You can see those long skinny ones get pretty big. So I think I'm going to do one more of these. Same way. All right. Nice one. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way. I like it. All right, let's go check our. I know these beans are going to be terrible, but I'm doing those in a different video, so I don't know. When it comes time to tape, I might have to mute and go off camera. Chris can tape it and then send it to me. That's how we work around this sometimes in YouTube land. So, because timing's not everything. Now, what I do a lot when I film like that is that I end up losing. I'll be like, oh, didn't I film blah, 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 and then I totally forgot that I had something else going on. Yeah, no, I gotta do something with these. This ain't gonna fly with me on these beans. There's no way. I really want to use my phone though, because I want to call Susanna Banana about it too. LOL. Yeah, I'm probably not holding my tongue right when I do it. So I've got a long journey ahead. I'm gonna hand wash that other baking sheet because I only used it to roast the beets. So here, check that out while I do that. I've got to be more productive than this. I have too much to do and no time to do it. All right. I just have to find peace of mind. All right. One. Well, I guess we'll do it this way. I'm piece parting the baking sheet here. There you go. This actually doesn't take too long. Oh. It's a big one. Beautiful. Oh, the fly's back.
You in the door?
No, he's on the tomatoes.
Oh.
He must go. I don't know what that racket's about. Oh, yeah, I do. Another 5 minutes on the peppers that are in there. They're just gonna have to wait. Although I am starting to smell them. I'm still flinging these seeds everywhere. Actually, they're mainly slinging off my hands. All right. Another beauty. All right. Come get him. Get out of here. See, if he goes over by the doors, I can wrangle him outside. He's being stubborn. Get over here. Get out of here. Trying to work quick. I can't believe it. Really. So yeah, I highly recommend just a single slice in your peppers. Let me get that annoying buzzer. And this fly, come on. There he is, he's where I want him. Go. Go, go, go. Ah, where'd he go? There he goes. Ah. Fly wrangler wins again. I'm going to put the broiler on for a moment. Oh, shoot. I gotta go to the restroom, too. You moved.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got going on over here? Molasses. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm roasting peppers now, totally. I turned the broiler on, so. We'll come over here and check them. No, and I don't want the broiler on that, huh? Broil. Oh no. Broil. Alright. So my appliance repair guy told me never let your oven get up to 500. He said these new ovens don't do well under those conditions. And he said don't use the clean feature at all. Yeah, my floor is a mess, so y'all don't look at that. And this is another project I have going on, so more to come on that. I need to get you some light. over here. All right. We'll see how long these beans, these peppers take. I had the ones in baking, but the ones that were in longer, they roasted already. So this is them roasted. Let me turn that on. This is them roasted. They have a little color on them. See, that part doesn't take long at all. I mean, really, it's pretty simple. So once I get them out of here, then I just throw them in here. Oops. And I knew I was going to do that. Melted the bag on the edge of the pan. Alright, don't do what I did. Keep your bag away from your pan. But this is still going to work because I'm just going to roll it up and cover that. And I'll keep doing this until I get a bag and I'm ready to sit down and clean the skins off of them. Like I said, it doesn't take too long. And I use a butter knife to help me with that when I need it. But usually once it starts, it just slides right off pretty easily without much force. So now I have another pan ready to go. And I have this other second batch of peppers in. Move it closer to the broiler. Like I said, this process right here doesn't take long at all. Where are you? Less. There you go. I am going to freeze them. Then I can do whatever I want to do them. If I want to do a roasted red pepper sauce and fried green tomatoes, hey, I'm there. If I want to mix it in with cream cheese or whatever, I can do that. Sandwiches. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to, once I get the skin off, I'm going to put them on parchment paper and then freeze them one bag at a time. So yeah, put the parchment paper down, line them up, let it freeze, then I can roll it up, put it in a bag. That's, I believe, what was recommended to do on a Google search. I could can them, but also these are really thin. I mean, some are thicker walled, some are thinner walled. But the thin ones, the skin does come off pretty easily. And, yeah. But yeah, then I'll have more different things I could do with it. This should be, this didn't seal. I don't know why. It should have sealed, but it didn't. So I know which one I'm eating first. I have another whole jar of these in here. And that one is sealed. So that one I'm good for. And that's okay. So Angela, are you at a point where you're getting plenty of watch hours? You should be. Well, you're monetized, so you won't be affected by the stuff. Out of salsas, so we need to restock. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I need to do too. Like I said, with my tomatoes, I'm just going to make regular sauce, and I may hold back some bags so I can do a chunky salsa. But I can't get my hands on homegrown cilantro until the winter time. So, but I'm ready. Like, some of these beds are emptying already. I'm ready to put in the next round of, oops, forgot I put these on the top. Is it done? So I forgot I put, we need to put some more soil on top of the beds where it's, you know, stuff is disintegrated. And then we can start putting the oops. Then I want to start doing the winter garden stuff. At least some carrots and beets, get those going again. But I don't know. It may wait till later in the year. Ooh, I think last year, I'll have to go back and look. I think I planted in October. And that was actually pretty good timing. Fairly good timing. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it on with these peppers. See where I get. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing today. Focused on that. But I do need to get that grill going. It's 6:42. I need to get the grill going and get Chris fed. Because it's getting late, y'all. So I'm going to head on out. Salted caramel ice cream. You're so mean. I can't believe I didn't order any this week. What did I order last time? I ordered yogurt, no sugar added yogurt, Yasso bars. Those were pretty good. But I prefer the salted caramel ice cream. All right, what am I doing here? I'm gonna end this live so I can get hustling on the barbecuing the ribs. Like I said, I boiled my beef, and then it should be tender enough. All I have to do is smoke it a bit, and then I'll finish it off with some sauce on the grill. So I'll have a nice smoky flavor. And I'm going to continue doing this. I think everything else I have to eat tonight has already been harvested. So I'm good. I'm having beets, fresh beets, and oh no, I'll come up with something else. But y'all have a good one. I hope the rest of you have a great week ahead. Yeah, everybody have a great week. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for all the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I just wanted to give you a little highlight of what a day in the life of somebody who has a really productive garden goes through. It's more like a day in the week of catching up, and then by next week there's another load like this. So I'm not complaining at all. Totally grateful. But it does keep me busy, off the street, and out of trouble. And it keeps my budget low because I can just, and I don't have to figure out what's for dinner. What's for dinner is what needs to be cooked out of the garden. So y'all take care. Have a lovely week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.